touch your feet.
Shake that booty, I know it's little, but unique.
So unique.
Back that.
Why you always in a mood? Fuck around acting brand new. I ain't trying to tell you what to do, but try to play it cool. Baby, I ain't playing by your rules. Everything will better with a view. Why you always in a mood? Fuck around acting brand new. I ain't trying to tell you what to do, but try to play it cool. Baby, I ain't playing by your rules. Everything will better with a view. I can never get attached when I start to feel unattached. Somehow always end up feeling bad. Baby, I am not your dad. It's not all you want from me. I just want your company. Girl, it's obvious, elephant in the room, and we're part of it. Don't act so confused. You love started it, now I'm in the mood. Now we arguing in my bedroom. We play games of love to avoid the depression. We've been here before, and that won't be a fix. Why you always in the mood? Fuck around like a brand new. I ain't trying to tell you what to do, but try to play it cool. Baby, I ain't playing by your rules. Everything will better with a view. Why you always in the mood? Fuck around like a brand new. I ain't trying to tell you what to do, but try to play it cool. Baby, I ain't playing by your rules.
Check, 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 check. Woo! Let's do it.
When you come, they blowing up just like my cellular. I will never let a shorty go and set me up. Only thing I need to know is
Wait, this is the wrong. Wait. I need to add my screen. Where's the screen? I think they deleted it. Display capture. Add source. Display capture. No, that's the wrong one. That's the right one. All right. Oh. Boys, I feel sick every day. Every day I wake up. I think I'm pregnant or something. Like, I don't want to do anything this month. It's been so dark and rainy. Every day it rains, bro. It's been raining for the past 3 weeks straight. Brentwood Bay. Every day, non-stop rain, dude. I feel sick. I haven't seen the sun in a month. Like, I actually feel like I'm gonna puke right now. Let's look at the charts. See if we can snag a trade, maybe. Love to see some of the best strategies. Right now, the best strategy is to add into this. So with the NASDAQ... okay. Currently on the NASDAQ, we are simply just retracing this, right? If somewhere in here, you know, we want to be buying up somewhere in here, right? If you look at the current price action on the weekly, right? We have this swing low. We failed to make a new low after attempting. So by default, it should come up here, right? It should come up for new highs. So this is simply a retrace, which we want to be buying into, okay? So we know that we want to be a bull here, despite it coming down. Who cares about what's going on today? Today is useless, right? Maven has been so quiet. Good to see you. Yeah, I know, bro. I've been lazy. I don't want to do anything. But we're gonna rank today strategies. I'm gonna put in all the strategies. So I'm gonna want you guys to make me a list of strategies you want ranked. And we'll look up, if I don't know them, I'm going to look them up to see what they are, and then I'm going to rank them, okay? That's what we're going to do today. We're going to go until kind of more until the close of the day, right? So obviously super bearish today. It's probably going to trickle down even further. That 4-hour close was super bearish, right? So you know, you've got nothing to do but short any retrace back up, okay? So we'll watch to see if there is a retrace. We could short up here, right? If it comes up. Let's look at Bitcoin. Wow, look at that level. What did we draw out? Right there. So it's Bitcoin's doing exactly what we told you it was going to do, right? It's going to fail off this monthly level. It always does exactly what we say, dude. SMC. ICT, SMC. Now, I wonder, is there a difference between ICT and smart money concepts? I think so. I think there's a slight difference. Bitcoin going to pump? Unlikely, dude. It's a bear market. I've been telling you this since fucking July. To get out. Right? I am now buying. I am buying Bitcoin now. But it's probably going to come down even further. Right? ICT and SMC is the same thing, okay? Okay, I see. Smart money concept? Yeah. So, Bitcoin... Let's look at XRP too. You can look at XRP. Like the monthly on XRP is really nice, so do I invest in small caps? Not really. Silver's been doing killer, hey? 5% today nearly. Wow, dude, that is fucking wild. The VIX is coming up. If we get the VIX up to 30, that's our fucking time to buy. Buy like crazy. Gold. What's gold doing right now? Oh, gold broke new highs again. What's gold going to do? Continue probably. That weekly close is really nice. They gained on the weekly, so it's going to continue probably. I want to see copper too. What's going on with copper? Copper's going to be the next one, boys. Got to invest in copper for long term. Yeah, Discord reaction videos. Yeah, we're going to do that. But okay, so let's look at this. If we want to take a trade on the NASDAQ, we would be short, obviously. But we want to just watch. And then what we're going to do... We're going to do a tier list now, okay? Okay, so we want ICT. Where to download these images? ICT. Oh man. SMC. Trader. Okay, we got ICT. Okay, cool. We can drag them. Whoops. Okay, whatever. What else? We want volume. Volume.
Heard that stocks timings go to 23/5. Will that make NQ more volatile?
No. You heard. So somebody's asking a question about the 24/7 sort of trading. It will do nothing to the market. First of all, actually, so I don't know if if they're including weekends or not. If they're not including weekends, that's even more of nothing it's going to change, okay? The whole premise is how long is the market actually closed for? Right? What is it? Yeah, so there's not going to be any difference. What's going on? With the 24/5 whatever, right? Because the market is already open during Globex. So until institutions which have all of the buying power are able to trade during those times, it won't make a difference. Do you trade these weeks? I mean, I'll trade whatever, dude. It really doesn't matter. But I'm already checked out for the year. You know what I mean? Like I'm barely doing shit. Volume trading. Volume profile. Let's load up some. So give me some strategies. We're gonna rank them, okay? Give me some strategies. We'll do dumb. That's for dumb money concepts. Oh, it needs to be... Price action. Orb. Orb is a good one, yeah. Let's just type in orb. We'll just get a... Let's rank these, dude. Let's have some fun. RSI, yeah, RSI is a good one. Or basically any oscillator. RSI is the most popular though. CRT. I'm actually gonna have to look up CRT. CRT. Let's just use a monitor. Because it's got the same acronym. Oh, nice. Nice. TGR strategy. So TGR strategy is here, let's look at TGR. Let's actually type in his and then fib.
All in gambling strategy.
Let's just do HODL for strategy as well. We got to get a few of these. Coin Alex G's. I don't even know Alex G's. I know TGR is something to do with previous session. Supply and demand.
EMA strategy.
Save image. Oh, let's get this one. This one's better. Let's look at the chart too. What's going on? I want to short it if it comes up. That's it. It's basically like that's going to be the trade. If it does come up, we're going to short it. That's all. Right? Like probably the same idea with everything here right now, really. Right. Trend lines, yeah, Tory trades. Let's do Tory trades. We're gonna do also like just like shit, like any pattern shapes, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like head and shoulders. Well, so we'll just do this. Signal groups, Martingale. Martingale, sure. We'll do it. We'll do a Martingale too. Okay, it's a friggin' horse. Candlestick patterns, yeah. Candlestick. And Maven Shorts, if you haven't figured out by now, this is going to be... We're going to make a long form and a short form from this. You know what I mean? We're just gonna make content while on live stream. Cause I'm so bored of making content that it's like... Like, dude... I freaking live alone. Look, wait. Oh, the buttons don't work. Okay, wait. Like, I could just yell. Nobody's gonna hear shit. Like, there's nobody anywhere near. Nothing. Right? So, I literally just do whatever, dude. And so like my only companionship is this live stream, and then I go to like the gym and shit, right? Like I'll go and I'll talk to the instructor at the boxing gym or whatever, right? Or like I'll sit in a meeting and like, bro, there is nothing social about sitting in meetings talking about your work, right? This is my social time. So I'm like, me sitting there trying to come up with content ideas, trying to make videos when like it's dark out and like I got nobody around to come to Canada to make noise. Yeah. There's nothing, like there's no motivation right now, you know what I mean? Because there's nobody around. It's like, so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna make content on stream, you know, and this might actually be more fun because then people can collect points, you know, they can get the giveaways, they can trade, you know, we can trade together. It is going down further, but yeah, make clips out of this. By the way, if you guys want to make money, you can clip WAP, bro. WAP Dumb Money Hunter. Right? It's in the kick links below. You can just make money clipping shit. Anyways, what else? Liquidity.
EA Trading.
Liquid. Liquidity sweeps or whatever. Should I do like FEG or like anything to do with FEGs?
Do you sometimes live in the house naked?
Yes, bro. I'm naked nearly all of the time. I basically, as long as I'm not on live stream, I'm naked. Okay, we're gonna do FEGs in here, despite it being overlapped with ICT. I don't know what QT is. Wyckoff. Wyckoff. That's a good one. Let's do moving average too. Do we got a good amount now? Did we get that one? Moving average, here it is. Yeah. Swing trading, that's kind of quarterly theory. FEG, ICT, yeah, I know, but I wanted to specifically target FEGs. EA trading, well, that's just robotic trading, but we can just do robot. Okay, should we start rating these or what? Do I plan to join the Robin's Club? No, I am not nearly good enough. Not nearly good enough. Support and resistance. Yeah, is that like supply and demand kind of, I think? I think we'll categorize that into supply and demand. Alright. Alright, I think we got enough news trading. Actually, we should add just strictly news, right? And just talk like fundamentals. Okay, let's just do news. All right. Okay, cool. I think we had a good list here. Okay. So let's start it off with the king himself, ICT. Should I rank these differently though? It should be like S tier. It should be. Should I rank them like a different name? Maybe we'll just keep them S like this. Okay, get another light. Oh, a little bit brighter. Move chat to the top of the camera. Okay. Okay. Right. Obviously we start with ICT. With ICT, the thing is, so we need to categorize these in some way, right? Actually, list. Can I just make a list here? List maker. Okay, cool. I don't care. Let's make a list. Okay. So here's the criteria for making a good strategy is 1, it's profitable, right? 2, it's more profitable than buy and hold, right? That would be the otherwise the whole point of trading is useless, right? 3, it is easily understood, right? 4, you can trade any time, right? And 5, low stress, right? Maybe. And 6, higher win rate for psyche, right? Cool. These are my can I make these bold? There. Oops. Shit. Okay. And these are the things that I think are important, right? When it comes to finding a profitable strategy. Very, very brief. Okay. So basically needs some, oh my gosh. Okay. And the higher win rate is for your emotional security, right? If you only have a win rate of say like 20%, but it is a profitable strategy, that's going to be really difficult for your average person to be able to grasp and not fuck themselves up, right? You know, or this could be frequency of trades, right? So that's going to be how often do these trades pop up too, okay? And so let's look at those. So with ICT, we've got a rather complex way of trading with a lot of different strategies, right? In theory, I believe it can make money, but I don't think it makes much money, right? I don't think it is significantly more profitable than buying and holding. I think it can make money, right? And it is a very difficult to understand for a new trader, but everyone talks about it, so it's easy for you to be able to get nested in the game, right? I think there's another point here too is how common it is, right? And we don't want the strategy to be very common. Why? Because if a strategy is super common, right, then it's less likely to be able to generate alpha. Okay. So with ICT, I think it's actually going to be rated a C, right? Because it is not very profitable. It's rather complicated and everyone tries to do it, right? Okay. We got volume-based profile here. So with volume-based profile, we can look at, day. This could be anything from the day, or it could anything to do with the book mapping sort of thing too. Anything to do with where our order's lying and where our order's most likely to be repeated based off of the volume of certain price points. This one is all right because you know roughly where people are buying, but it doesn't give you I guess there's another thing that we need to look at is objectivity. So how easy, I guess that's under the easily understood. So objectivity meaning that it needs to be not up to interpretation. Right. So the issue with volume-based profile is it's very much up to your own interpretation, and there's no hard set rules on what is large volume and what is small volume. It's all relative to itself, and it's difficult to understand where the actual big volume is going to be playing. So with that, it's a useful aid, right? But it cannot be a sole strategy in itself, right? So we'd have to probably put it, I think volume would be a B tier. And if you guys disagree or whatever, just let me know. Let me know in the chat. Let's quickly look at the chart. So it is coming up a bit. I'd like to see it come up some more. If we can see it come up one more, maybe we can take a short on the market close. Right, so Dumb Money Concepts. This one was made by myself, of course. This one is a strategy that is very easy to start, but there's a lot of kind of difficulty nuances in it. It's not very common, so you don't have much competition in the market, right? With the Dumb Money Concepts, it tries to make things rather simple, and so that you can, you can start easily, right? Let's look at our list here. And you have a rather high win rate. I think it's a rather high stress trading strategy though, because it's kind of difficult to understand. Maybe it's not very common. And the great thing about the Dumb Money Concepts is you can literally sit down at any time and trade. I'm going to give this a honestly, I think it's an A tier if I have to be completely objective, because it is not something that's super easy for a beginner to kind of understand, and it's going to take a lot of nuance, and it's going to take a lot of time in order to become super profitable with, right? Yeah, DMC, baby. Okay, the orb, this will have to do with anything to do with the opening range and breakouts, right? It can be the 15-minute, it can be a 30-minute orb, it can be any sort of thing that just determines the trend of the day sort of thing, and then you can follow the trend. Now, the issue with the orb is that it's very easy to get faked out, right? But you will have a very simple strategy that's super easy for beginners to trade, right? And you'll only have to take one trade per day, which makes it a little bit more simpler and low stress, right? Another issue with it is you can only trade once per day, right? You take one trend per day, which can be good for a low stress situation, but bad for if you do not get that trade. If you miss that trade, and then you can FOMO in. So with that being said, I think it's a B tier strategy where it can generate alpha. I think it can generate more alpha than the just buying and holding. But again, it's pretty easy to fuck it up. So on par with volume sort of thing. Okay, RSI is what everyone sort of starts on. It's the strategy that, overbought, oversold. The issue with RSI is overbought is a fucking non-existent term, and it's completely up to the user interpretation. And that number does not actually mean that it's going to come back down. If it's super, super overbought, it actually means that it's more likely for it to continue going up, right? Because the momentum is there, not there. The advantage of RSI when it does become useful is when you start looking at RSI divergences, right? So RSI divergence is an incredibly easy strategy. Now, the issue with the RSI divergence is that you don't know how far it's going to come back. You do know that it is going to come back in the other direction when you do look for RSI divergences, right? I would give this an A tier because it is a profitable strategy that you can make money with. It's just difficult to know how far it is going to go. Very similar to dumb money concepts. Candle range theory. So yeah, so CRT. So that's what CRT strategy. I have to look this one up because everyone trades this one now. Candle range. Yeah, we have moving averages in there already. Candlestick at range. Every candlestick represents a full range of price action defined by highs and lows. Accumulation. Right. Candle range theory, dude. I actually don't really know anything about this. Let's look at an image. Right, interesting. So candle range theory. We're going to look at candle range theory. I have it as a monitor because it's CRT monitor. So CRT, it very similar in that it simplifies it, right, to dumb money concepts in that you can use only one sort of candle, right? When you look at the candle range theory here, you know, you've got, it's only the highs and lows, right? The issue with this has nothing to do with trend, right? So it's similar to, it's similar to dumb money concepts in that you're only using the most frequent candles, right? But you're not looking at the trend in which things came from. So with that, it's lacking some information. So it can be useful, but I'm going to give it a B tier because it's not as good as dumb money concepts where it's very similar. All right, let's look up TGR strategy because I need to look at what that is specifically. Okay, this is right. So what he does is he marks highs and lows. He waits for the liquidity grab, and then he looks for a break of structure in the other direction, right? And then continues in the trend, right? So this TGR strategy is I've actually looked at how much alpha it does generate, and it can actually make money. It can actually beat the market, but over the course of years, it didn't actually beat the market. Only over the course of this past summer did it beat the market. So it's a pretty good strategy in that you are looking for reversals after liquidity grabs. So it's a combination of a couple of different strategies. Again, it's not good enough to be able to just solely generate alpha on its own. It's kind of a guess and check sort of thing. And it's not super profitable, and I don't think it beats buy and hold, right? So I'm going to put it at B tier. Actually, no, he's going to go at C tier. He's going to go at C tier again with ICT. It's overhyped nonsense, really. So HODL, buy and hold. This one should be pretty obvious. It's clearly S tier because it is the only one that has zero stress. All you do is you buy, you leave it alone, and you make money for sure. You do not need to worry about generating alpha because you already locked in the fact that you are going to make money for sure. The only thing that you want to do is buy at a good time, and it makes it very, very low stress. And when you're looking at the list, you know how common it is? Well, it's not very common actually, but it doesn't really matter. It is super common, but it doesn't really matter because everyone who does it makes money. Everyone who does it makes money, right? As a super high win rate, 100%, right? 100% win rate. No stress because you're not doing anything. It is profitable. It is not more profitable than buying and holding. It is equally as profitable as buying and holding. So this is very obviously the best strategy that anyone could do, right? It's just a buy and hold, right? Fibonacci retracements, right? Fibonacci retracements make absolutely no sense. They're just random levels on the chart. There's nothing mathematical about these levels. It's just random levels, and then you try to assign a value to them in hindsight. This is a useless strategy and does nothing for you. Supply and demand is very similar to, you know, sort of a dumb money concept sort of thing where you're buying low, selling high. This is a very simple strategy. It makes it super easy for people to make money. And I think it can generate alpha if done correctly, but you need to determine where are you buying, where are you holding, and where you put your stop losses. So there can be a lot more issues to this, but I'm going to put it in A tier. Right. Tori trades her trend line strategy. This should be so obvious that it's actually going to be a very interesting placement because it is so incredibly simple. Its trend lines are the easiest thing for anyone to understand, and it is the most useless strategy ever. So that's why it's going to go in D tier, because it makes absolutely no money, and you have to be an absolute buffoon to think that that is something that works. Draw a random line on a chart. And then magically things are just going to line up. Do you think hedge funds are doing this, dude? Do you think fucking hedge funds are drawing lines? No. What you want to do if you want to make a profitable strategy is you need to align yourself with hedge funds or beat the hedge funds. Bro, look, this is not a static level. It changes over time, which means every 15 minutes, hedge fund needs to come back to the chart, dude, and be like, oh, fuck, the level's changed. I have to move my orders. Fuck that. I'm not moving millions of dollars. Worst strategy ever, dude. The only reason that Fibonacci, actually, I need to add another one here. How do I add another one? This is so bad. This is so incredibly bad, but she makes money because she's hot. This is the worst thing you could do. All right, next. Why do I have a horse here? I forget what the horse was for. Anyways. Oh, it was Martingale. Thank you. Right. So anything to do with the shapes, cup and handle, head and shoulders, ascending, descending triangle, these are actually just random. They used to work in the past. It's not a very good strategy now. It's good for kind of introducing traders, which does give it some points, right? To how markets kind of work and show that things could be fizzling out. Gives a little bit of concept. So as you're a beginner trader, but ultimately it doesn't generate any alpha. So it's going to go down here. It doesn't actually, I actually don't believe it makes money at all. It's completely random, right? But it does show concepts of how things could have worked. But now there's no possible way that it could work. Martingale, a beautiful strategy that never loses until you lose everything. Now, mind you, Martingale is a really awesome strategy when you are trading on a prop firm, because this is a great way to cheat the system, because you don't have to take any loss. So you could actually make a shitload of money when you're on a prop firm using Martingale, right? Martingale is the best strategy that you can use on a prop firm if you combine it with some important levels like supply and demand, dumb money concepts, whatever, right? So actually, funny enough, is this is for sure the worst strategy for you if you are trading your own money. But if you were trading somebody else's money, it is the best strategy. For that reason, it's going at A tier. Right. Candlestick patterns. Candlestick patterns is very actually similar to dumb money concepts once again, except dumb money concepts uses candlestick patterns relative to other candles, right? So the candlestick patterns alone, very similar to the shapes in that they can show you maybe the next move, right? But not very far into it. So it's not going to be super, super useful for you. So I'm going to give it actually a C tier, because they're pretty much useless in themselves. They need to be referred to something else. Liquidity zones, liquidity sweeps, targeting highs and lows. Beautiful strategy, honestly. And you can use those for reversals. This is a little bit actually to do with dumb money concepts and the candlestick patterns. If you see a wick beyond a level and then close back within, a very great way to spot a reversal. Very great way to know how to get out. So this is actually going to be an A tier as well. FVGs. Now, I specifically talked about FVGs and liquidity separately to ICT. ICT, the reason why it's down here is because he is very complex. There's a lot of things with it. And I wanted to specifically talk about the two most important things under the ICT umbrella. And it's the FVGs or the inverse FVGs and then the liquidity. Now, FVGs are overhyped nonsense, right? So they don't actually mean anything. They are levels, but they don't actually do anything in themselves. So buying a random FEG for no reason is actually pretty useless and doesn't do anything for you. So that's going down here. Should be candlesticks should be at least B. You think candlesticks at B? Fibonacci only good for Confluence. Yeah, I mean that's the thing is Confluence is useless, right? Are you gonna buy harder? If there's a you know what I mean? Like if Fibonacci tells you that it's at the 88% retrace or whatever, are you going to double down and buy? No, it doesn't make any sense, right? You're not going to take a second trade because of it, right? So Wyckoff is a distribution pattern. It's basically using liquidity sweeps combined with distribution. The issue with Wyckoff is there's a lot of points to remember, right? Oh, we missed one. I want to do Elliott Wave too, but there's a lot of points to remember. It's rather complicated, not very good for traders, and it's very much under your own interpretation. So it used to maybe be good, but it can't be good anymore with the current markets, right? Moving averages, a very simple strategy, great for beginners, right? This one's going to allow you to just kind of buy and hold forever as long as it's above the moving average. The issue with it is it doesn't give you any entry criteria on exact levels. So it's going to make it a little bit more difficult to just kind of enter with the trend. It also destroys you if you get chopped up and the market goes sideways. But I'm actually going to give this a B tier because you can use it to make money as long as you have a method for you to not get chopped up during sideways markets, right? So that you can just buy and then get out when it's going sideways. Now, robots are the best thing if you are a hedge fund, but you are not a hedge fund, so it is the worst thing. Simple. Now, news trading. A lot of people say, hey, don't trade the news because it's 50-50. It bounces around. Now, if that is the case and you're trading the actual news events, yes, this is complete garbage. It's probably actually to do you better than you actually trading because most traders lose money. And if you're trading the news, it's 50-50, right? So you're actually going to do better if you do trade the news. Now, but what I want to do is I actually want to place it in S tier, and I'll tell you why, is because if you are following the news fundamentally and you are buying and holding in conjunction with the news and you are swing trading, it is the best thing. I run a prop firm where I interview a lot of traders. The best traders are fundamental based traders that buy and hold and then get out when the fundamentals and the news tell them otherwise. This is the best strategy you could possibly use. If you want the lowest stress, remember our criteria is high win rate, which is a super high win rate, low stress, not very common. Nobody trades this way, right? And you can trade at any time, which you can trade at any time, which allows, so this is one of the best strategies ever. And it actually is the only thing that generates more alpha than buying and holding. This is the only thing that is low stress. This is actually the best thing that you can possibly do is trade fundamentals because it will be the same thing as buying and holding, but you'll get out when the markets tell you to. Nice. How's that? I think we're done there. Let's look at the charts again. It didn't really even come up enough. Long-time subscriber, is it possible for you to explain EU GU price action? You want EU or GU, bro? Fucking. Missed. I don't know what you're talking about, dude. You missed this. You missed the sell yesterday. Do live trade now. There's no trades to take. That's the issue. Like, I think just in December, like the markets are pretty slow, so we might as well like there's no point in day trading anymore, dude. Like day trading is pretty boring. So here, if you're looking at EU, right? Last week you had a failure to make a new high, right? So with momentum though. So usually when this happens, right, you have a momentous candle, means it's going to continue, right? But you failed to make a new high, so it's going to fake and then go further, right? So that just kind of comes with experience, right? What did I say? What did I say before? It was just going to come down, right? My prediction is it's coming down, right? So how did you know when to get in? I don't think you do. I don't think you do. All you knew was on the weekly, it failed to make a new high. Then you've got a level right here, right at the top of that level, which they ended up shorting off of, right? Which is the exact level is kind of marked out there, right? I mean, there's no explanation for this, really. Which indicators do I use? I don't really have any indicators. So right here, it's failing to make a new high once again, so it should continue back down, right? I mean, yeah, there's nothing crazy about this, dude, that you would be able to notice. Okay, let's do a giveaway, yeah.
Ride with the mob, hum through a lot. Check in with me, and through your job. Bird is the name, and bullet is the chain. Tunnel for the watch, crazy plain Jane.
Mashallah, 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 mashallah.
100K, 3-step, sweet. All right, so tier plus tier, as in tier list. TEIR to enter the giveaway. What's going on with funding ticks? Did they rug pulled or what? Looks like funding ticks rug pulled or something. Oh wow. Okay, let's spin this. Jack Wilson, congrats, bro. Open up a ticket in Discord. See that my Forex fund's coming back? Yeah, of course, yeah. Oh man, they're getting raped. It looks like they were doing well and then they changed their rules or something. Creating new rules. Constant rule creep. They keep changing their rules. Yeah, that's not cool. You can only change rules on the new accounts. Like you can't change rules on accounts people have already bought. Like Maven, if we ever change rules on Maven, it's if we ever change rules on Maven, it only for the new bot accounts, right? And then you email all your clients and everything.
They in the wrong prop firm. They should join Never Delay Never Deny firm.
Yeah, dude. I think they were doing fine on funding pips. I think they're struggling in the futures game. Okay, let's look at some trading content. I got a few minutes left still. Let's look at some trading videos. Maven Short's been sending these things here. Oh, I'll be honest, dude. I hate trading content. How's everybody's December losing streak showing? I haven't traded in December actually myself, so I don't think I've taken a trade. Maybe one. I took a copper trade on FOMC, which was whatever it was here a week ago, and I don't know. It was like a week ago or something. It went up. I don't know. Can't remember. I think it was this.
All right, there it is, guys. We're pushing down. Everybody sell right now. Do not
How do I make this bigger?
use.
Can we make that bigger? Bigger.
All right, there it is, guys. We're pushing down. Everybody sell right now. Do not use a stop loss. This thing is about to melt. Yeah, baby. Oh,
I've seen him do that with like when Bitcoin was crashing or something, and it was like a red piece of tape like going through his desk. It's a classic. It's a classic type of video. You know, as much as I don't really like the guy, Mamba FX, because you know he's obviously not trading. Like he obviously doesn't know how to trade. Like that you know, it shouldn't even be a question. He's very obviously doesn't know trading at all, right? His content is good. His content is good. It's kind of funny. I have been in the trading game for a long time, dude. It's you know, I was in the trading game before Mamba. I was bigger than Mamba back in the day. Mamba started when I was already big, and then I fell off. I got bored of, you know, it's very difficult promoting garbage for me, right? Some people don't really have morals, but you know, some people just want to make money. I don't really care about money, so.
Day trading is basically the equivalent of a get-rich-quick scheme. That's why they sell you the dream so hard. You see a 25-year-old driving a Lamborghini talking about stock trading, going, I'll show you how to do it. Red flags there. The easiest way to make money is to tell people how to make money. And whenever they're telling you that you can get rich quick, that's a good sign that you need to stay away from it. And remember, there's a difference between being wealthy and being rich. Being wealthy is a marathon. This is a long-term play. Getting rich is a sprint. So anytime you see something where it's talking about getting there quick, it's short-sighted.
Yeah, right. Funny, one of the comments, literally, this is so appropriate based off what we just seen. This is one of the comments Timo says is, if Mamba ain't a trader, where did he get all his money from? Well, it's literally exactly what this guy just said. It's a get rich quick scheme. And then he said the best way to get money is to tell people how to get rich. And I can attest to that, dude, because I used to do that. I am the best person to tell you the power of selling courses and signals and whatnot. Because I did it, dude. And this is so true because I got rich very quickly. Like from starting my YouTube to like having like $500,000, it was like 6 months, right? I started a YouTube channel 3 months into it. I monetized it, started selling courses and signals, right? I made was making like 50 to 100 grand a month, right? And then I had like $500,000. And then guess what? I don't know how to manage it. So I spent it all on retarded shit, tried to invest it in stuff that didn't make any sense, right? I pretty much lost it all until I started an actual business that Maven has actually been doing super, super well because it's been a long-term process. It's the sprint thing, right? How much did you start off with? 0, dude. Right? That's the thing is I can tell you the God honest truth is like I didn't know how to trade very well. I was the same as everyone else. I regurgitated bullshit, right? Made content because I thought that's what you do as a YouTube creator is you just make content, right? And then people all of a sudden wanted to pay me money. It wasn't even me asking for money, right? It was like I started making content about trading because I was having fun doing it, right? I was having fun trading and I wanted to make content about it. So I made content about it. I made it silly. People enjoyed the silly side of it, right? And then all of a sudden people started messaging me saying, hey, I'll give you $1,000 to teach me what you do. I was like, okay, sure. And then from there, it just snowballs, right? And you lose track of what you're actually doing. Right. And that took me, I was in and out of that within a year because, you know, I got tons of money in 6 months and then I didn't know how to manage myself. I got into some fucking drama. I fucked up a bunch of shit and then I couldn't handle myself. So I stopped and I quit. Right. I couldn't handle the hate. I couldn't handle the being a bad person, you know? And it's true, dude. This guy's exactly right. There's no 25-year-old in the world that knows how to make money trading. The gold, exactly what you're saying. The gold rush, the guys who made money was the ones selling you the shovel, right? So how to get rich, right? Yeah, exactly, bro. I'm gonna be dead on honest with you. You will make more money telling people how to make money. You can go back and like look at like the original fucking scammers. Infomercial scammer. There's a members only. Fuck that. Infomercial, get rich quick. I can't remember. There was a guy. He was an Asian dude. I can't even remember. Can you just live off the trading money IRL? Can I? Let me. So here's the thing. Here's my God honest truth with you. Like, if you're not using prop firms, right? If you're just trading your own money, and so you could if you're trading prop firms, it's a different story. It's a little bit different because you don't really need to be a profitable trader. You just need to have really good a really high win rate. With a really high win rate on a prop firm, you can make a lot of money, right? So you generally want to trade like low R setups on prop firms because that's the best way to do it. But if you're trading your own money, the God honest truth is you want to shoot for like 20% a year, right? Because all you're looking for is to slightly beat buying and holding, right? As a trader, so how much would you be able to live off of for 20% a year? So if you want a salary of 100 grand, right? You're going to need to have 5 times that, right? You're going to need $500,000. Okay. So could I live off of trading right now? Yes. Right? Because I have that money. Right? Not in my personal possession, but under corporations and shit, right? So for me to retire right now, it would be perfectly possible, right? Because I would just buy and hold and then take little trades here and there to try to make a little bit more, because you're going to make like 15% a year just buying and holding, right? How many instruments do you advise a trader to trade? 1 or 2. I trade Bitcoin, I swing trade Bitcoin, and then I might day trade or a couple day long trade Nasdaq. But if you're just buying and holding, you can do much more, right?
AI.
Yes.
That's going to cause the biggest financial crash in history.
AI.
Yeah.
Mark my words.
Mm.
The reason is because AI cannot measure insanity. So when there's a panic, AI is going to kick in and they're going to sell.
Mm.
So that's what happened 2 years ago. Silicon Valley Bank, the machines went off and it nearly destroyed the whole bank. So it's my prediction is that artificial intelligence
Whoa.
is going to cause the biggest banking crash in history. We're about 3 or 4 months away from it right now.
What about like at job positions when it comes to job positions?
Whoa.
I don't even know this, but unemployment's going through the roof. All technology workers, all the guys who thought their jobs were safe, that like Google, Amazon, Apple, Tesla, they're letting people go like crazy.
Whoa, dude. So that's a really interesting take that I just realized. Let's say so let's say AI is running the markets, okay? Which it essentially almost is now, right? We had bots running the market before, but now we have machine learning AI sort of running the markets, okay? So it's a little bit different, but they have no clue what the emotion is, right? They only see the chart, right? So they have no clue what hysteria is. So this is a brand new time where, you know, basically what I think he's saying is it's going to be massive, insane flash crashes, right? Because potentially, you know, let's say this rips up, right? And AI is buying it, right? AI is buying, putting more money in. And then the second something falls, every one of those AIs is going to sell off, right? And it could potentially just shoot it down super fast in like a couple days or something, right? Like we might not have the slow fall that we had before, unless they halt markets, I guess. But you know, I think the halt market's at -7% a day, right? America about to go to war for oil again. Yeah, and that should be good for the market.
There's a wonderful thing about trading is that most of us spend a lifetime avoiding our psychological demons. In trading, they're going to stalk you. They're going to find you. And trading offers the incredible environment of getting in tune with yourself, developing yourself psychologically so that you're a better human being in a lot of domains, including trading.
It's an interesting point, right? Like a lot of people think trading is easy and all you got to do is find a strategy. The most difficult thing about trading is you have to completely change who you are. I've said this many times before. Like you cannot be a anxious person. You cannot be a rushed person. You cannot be an exuberant person. You have to be somebody who's completely detached from all things, and you have to become a monk, basically, right? The only good traders, like every single, I'm going to tell you right now, every single trader you see that is flamboyant and exuberant online, that is an influencer, makes no money for sure. The only ones making money are the super calm, collected ones, right? And the interesting thing is, I have the dilemma with my own self here. I can tell you personally, right? I can either become a good trader or I can become a good content creator. That is my decision. I have to choose between one or the other. I cannot be both, right? Because a good content creator is somebody who is hyper and shows a lot of exuberance and panic and fear and all these emotions. So I can either become that person or I can become the peaceful person that is boring and not fun to watch, but is very, very calm and collected and takes one trade a week sort of thing. I cannot be both, right? It is impossible to switch one on and the other one off at a given whim, right? Anyways, I think I'm going to wrap up the stream there, boys. Would you ever ban a trader if they become too profitable? It's never happened. There are no traders who are too profitable. So I'm trading from 4 years, but blowing accounts again and again. So my advice for everyone, Alaraza. My advice for everyone: if you are not profitable, you're blowing accounts, right? Well, first of all, if you're blowing your own personal account, right? It's because you're just risking everything, right? Most likely what's wrong is you have no patience and you are a greedy person. So the interesting thing about trading is the only way you're ever going to make money is by not wanting to make money. So your goal is to detach yourself from the money and completely go into a world of, I play this game because I enjoy playing the game and I never look at the money. So your issue right there is you are upset because you're losing money. You need to not care, right? So you need to think about that and say, hey, I don't care that I've lost money for 4 years, right? Funded and challenge accounts. Yeah, you need your first. Silas, hey, quit it. Quit scratching the fucking furniture, dude. I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you. I scratch you. Meow. Meow. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, Silas. Anyways, dude, just you complaining about blowing accounts is proof to me that you care about the money, right? And that's the crazy dilemma with trading is once you don't care to really trade anymore is when you can make money. But it's like, okay, then why would you trade if you don't care to trade? That's the problem, right? That's where everyone gets stuck, right? You need to do this because you just like looking at charts. That's it. You need to enjoy sitting and looking at charts, and that's it. Like authentically. And if you do not authentically like looking at this chart without making any money, you will not be a good trader. Just a fact. That's all. I'll wrap it up there. Trade by Psy. I doubt it, dude. Let me give you a breakdown. Every single influencer ever does not make money trading. Not a single one. Not a single one. Yeah. You know, okay, so you know why? And I'm going to I'll explain to you why I say 0%. You can use this as a clip. 0% of influencers that trade make money trading. 0% of the gurus. There's not a single guru that you see online that actually makes money from trading that generates more money than just buying and holding. Okay? Not a single one has a profitable strategy. Okay? The reason being is the only way that you can possibly become a profitable trader is exactly what I said a moment ago, is by completely detaching yourself from money and becoming that monk-like person that just likes looking at charts for fun. If you wanted to make content, which is a high adrenaline emotional thing, then you don't want to make money trading. They cannot exist at the same time. For you to be somebody who craves the dopamine of content creation, do you see what I'm saying? If you crave the dopamine of content creation, you also crave the dopamine of winning by trading. The only way that you will be a good trader is by not caring about having the dopamine, which would then make you not a content creator. You would not be creating content at all. Do you see what I'm saying? Unless that content is for their own personal sake, that they're having fun making the content, like maybe they're doing a vlog or something and they're doing it for their own sake and there's no excitement to it, which you would not find that person unless it's like a buddy of yours, right? Unless it's a buddy of yours, right? All content creators do not make money trading. Anyways, I gotta wrap it up, boys. Ciao, ciao. Peace.